What a beautiful day. There's nothing like just a walk through the woods, you know, rather it's somewhere close to home or somewhere away from home. It's just it's peaceful. Come to think of it, there is something that will help make a walk through the woods even better. And that's because it makes everything better. And I'm not talking about bacon, I'm talking about some coffee. A lot of you guys already indulge in coffee when you're in the backcountry and on the hiking trail, but some of you guys really haven't thought about the idea. And if you enjoy coffee and you enjoy the outdoors, I'm about to show you a really quick and easy way to make sure you have coffee while you're outdoors. This is my Jetboil system. I'm by no means telling you this is the system you need to use for good coffee, but this is one of the systems that I take with me the most because it's so versatile. I can do, heat water up for food, for dehydrated meals. I can actually cook the food in here. I can do all kinds of stuff. And so my Jetboil goes with me whenever I'm on short to, say, medium hikes. When I'm on longer hikes, I go for a different stove system that's a little more lightweight. Inside of the Jetboil, we have a little stand here. We have this funky little device. We have our burner. And then you probably can't see it, but down in there, well, that's what we're after today. It starts with these two devices, and what you're gonna do is take the smaller end and thread it into the other piece, and this is what we call the plunger, and screw it on. Don't cross thread it, which is a little tricky to do when I'm trying to do this in front of the camera. Okay, and then we can pull that guy out. That is our coffee press. If you guys are coffee drinkers, it's pretty much like any other press. Now there's some original presses that came out with the Jetboil system that were just all plastic and they were junk. Unless you like cowboy coffee with lots of coffee grains. However, this one does a pretty good job. Quick and easy, guys. We're gonna unfold our stand and our fuel. Now we're gonna take our burner, flip out the little knob there and thread it onto our fuel. Here is the igniter. So we'll turn the fuel on and we'll ignite it. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get our Jetboil ready. I'm gonna unscrew and take the cup end or the plastic cap off. And there's a little marking in here. Tells you what 2 cups is. I don't know if you can see that. It's right down in there. That's 2 cups. So I'm gonna go with, just 1 cup of coffee, just me today. I'm halfway up to that line. And now put our Jetboil back in front of us. Now that we have water inside the Jetboil, it's safe to go ahead and fire the Jetboil up, but you don't wanna run this too long without having the Jetboil on top. So we're gonna turn the gas on just by twisting that. You can hear it, and then hit the igniter. Turn the gas back off. Now, I knew that was gonna happen because every Jetboil that I've ever owned, and I've owned several, including my buddy, he's owned several, the igniter goes bad after 4, 5, 6 uses. It's pretty much junk. And this is one of the reasons I've stopped taking the Jetboil with me as often. However, it's perfect for something like this. So whenever I wanna use the Jetboil, I just bring a lighter as well. This could be a little bit dangerous, but as long as you're smart about it, you fire your gas up, quickly ignite it, you'll be fine. Just barely want to hear the gas here. And a little spark. That. Turn the gas up. And let's bring this to a boil. To get ready for the boil, we're going to unscrew this. I'm going to stick this through the hole in the lid. And we'll thread it back on and make sure both of these are tight. Now we're gonna stick the cap on. Now I want you to notice right here, this orange is gonna rise, and that is the boiling point. So as this orange rises on this thermal indicator, right before it gets to the top, we're gonna kill our heat because that means a rolling boil. We don't want a rolling boil with coffee. We just want, 205, 210 degrees or so. It's pretty cool. That's it. Take the lid off. Careful not to touch any of the the metal. Remember, it's very, very hot. Into our coffee. This is actually a little Dunkin' Donuts coffee, not my preferred coffee, but definitely a decent coffee nonetheless. I'm gonna go with 2 tablespoons. I like it a little bit strong, especially since it's Dunkin' Donuts. It's kind of, you know, naturally on the weaker side. And now I'm gonna put our plunger back on. The cap nice and tight, and we just push down on the plunger until we feel a little resistance, and that is the water level. Okay, so now we're just going to let it steep right there. Oh man, the smell of coffee it's as good as the taste most of the time. I absolutely just love a good cup of coffee. My typical coffee is coffee called dark roast, and that's an absolutely smooth, wonderful coffee. But I'm out of that today, so we're going with the backup with some Dunkin' Donuts. I used to drink Dunkin' Donuts all the time, but then I became aware of what good coffee is, and I stopped drinking Dunkin' Donuts because the coffee you get from the stores is, I don't know about in the city, probably because they turn that coffee over real fast, but in the, you know, when you get outside city limits, a lot of these Dunkin' Donuts, they just burn their coffee. They just leave it on there, you know, for hours upon hours upon hours, and it's just burnt, and it doesn't taste good. However, I can make sure that doesn't happen by brewing my own coffee. And we're gonna let this steep for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then we'll push the plunger all the way down. 3 minutes is a lighter coffee, 5 minutes is a little bit of a stronger coffee. 5 minutes is up. Let's go ahead and push the plunger the rest of the way. Nice and slow. All right. So from here, carefully take the Jetboil off the burner. You may carry a separate cup, or you can use the plastic cap that's on the bottom of the Jetboil. Everybody likes their coffee different. I like my coffee black, but I do like a little bit of sweetness. And my wife kind of picked up on this a couple years ago when it first started coming out. And this stuff's amazing. She carries it in her purse. I carry one in my truck, and I definitely bring one on the trail. And it doesn't take much. You just, a little squirt. That's it. It just adds just that touch of sweetness. How it turned out. About like you expect. I mean, it's really no different than doing using a coffee press at home. It's, you know, you're gonna get as good a quality coffee as you would get with any other press. It's with that plunger. If you use one of those plastic plungers, just upgrade and get yourself the newer one or a better one. They make some third-party plungers as well. But I mean, you can easily enjoy a great cup of coffee right out in the woods while you're hiking or working or whatever it is you're doing. Kudos to Jetboil for coming up with a press that fits their product like that. I think that's, you know, that's the kind of innovation and clever thought making that really makes a difference for a company. And Jetboil produces some good stuff, except for the igniter on their burners. It seems like every Jetboil burner I have, the igniter goes bad after 2 or 3 times. So make sure you take your lighter with you when you're out in the woods. That way you don't have to rely on that igniter that's gonna fail. Cheers, guys. Please do me a favor, share this video on your social media walls with a friend, a family member who may work out in the woods or do a lot of hiking or outdoor stuff. And if they enjoy coffee, this will definitely be a game changer for them. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll catch you on the next video.